Delighted to welcome number 95, Craig Moore, Nottingham Panthers defenceman. And Craig, how you enjoyed your time in Nottingham so far?
Yeah, it's wicked. Obviously coming down, you get treated really good here, really professional organisation, so it makes the transition nice and easy. We have a great group of guys this year as well, which obviously helps. Pre-season was pretty good, trying to get things going again. We had a little blip kind of at the start, but I think the past few weekends we've kind of shown that we have a lot of talent in the locker room and a lot of potential for the season.
Going to talk about Nottingham a bit more later on, but I want to take you back to the beginnings of your career, because you started in Kirkcaldy in the Fife Ice Arena, a place that has produced a lot of good players. How was it growing up in that junior system?
Yeah, it's good. Again, I think I was pretty fortunate with the kids we had at the time. A lot of my friends, obviously, you play because that's what you do. You play with your friends, and growing up, we had a lot of talented players. Some guys kind of get to a certain age and they kind of get real jobs, I guess, and go down that route. But yeah, Fife, I mean, for me, it was awesome. A lot of opportunity. I was fortunate. I got a lot of ice time, you know, when I was about U16s. I think I was doing U16s, U20, SNL, training with the pro team, Flyers at the time. I think it was even BNL. So I was really fortunate with that. But I mean, for me, I had a lot of fun growing up in Fife. We had a lot of championship teams, if you want to call it that, growing up. We won a lot of tournaments and won the league most years and things. So yeah, it was fun growing up in Fife. Big old school rink. But yeah, it was good.
Then from there you went to North America. You had some time in Canada and had some time with the Ogden Mustangs in the USA with David Clements, who was one of your teammates out there. So how was it at that young age? Because we've seen a lot of British players who do go over to North America when they're sort of 15, 16. How is it changing to that culture, and do you miss home at all?
I think for me, I got to watch what I say here. My mum might be a little mad if I say no. Obviously, at times you miss home. It's like anywhere, even now, you know, Christmas time, things like that. Time where all your family's getting together and you're, you know, miles away on a different time zone. But for me, I mean, I don't think I'd be sitting here today without the opportunity that I got, you know, thanks to my parents at the end of the day, who were willing to fork the money out and help me get there and live my dream out over there, you know, at OHA and then in Ogden as well. Like you said, playing with guys like David Clements and things who also have ended up coming back and playing in the Elite League. But yeah, it's a different culture. Like I mentioned there, I got a lot of ice in Fife before I left, but you know, you're playing all different age groups and different talent levels, where it's out there, you know, you're maybe 3-4 times with 2 games, but everyone's on the same level. You know, the compete level, the talent level is just way different. And obviously for me and for my development, that was huge. And you're so busy and you're around 20 guys all day, every day. Not that you forget home, but you know, your mind is kind of occupied, so you're always keeping busy and having fun. And I mean, even now to this day, I've got friends from junior hockey. This summer I went to Sweden to see my old roommate. So yeah, at times you miss home, but for me, the experience, I mean, I loved it. I love being away from home, seeing new cities and things, and you know, at the end of the day, like I said, you have 20 new guys that are your friends every year. So it's a great experience I had, and everywhere I've been's kind of been like that.
You came back from there, you went to Dundee for 2 seasons. You've also played in Cardiff, you played in Fife, your hometown. You went back to Dundee. So you've got a lot of Elite League experience before you did arrive here in Nottingham.
Yeah, I think when I came home, I was pretty fortunate to get that opportunity in Dundee. I think being away kind of bridged the gap between, you know, playing junior hockey here and playing in the Elite League, which was massive, and kind of just dived right in at the deep end in Dundee. My first 2 years, I got a lot of ice time, which gave me obviously the opportunity to maybe get that chance elsewhere. And I went to Cardiff. Kind of got an injury that didn't help me, sort of thing, I don't think, but these things happen in pro sports. But again, from there, I got some opportunity in Fife. I mean, getting to play in your hometown team is pretty special. It was only half a year, but it was fun and something I, you know, as a kid grew up probably dreamed of. So it was pretty awesome to do that. Again, moved to Glasgow, and again, I had a lot of fun in Glasgow. The season kind of got cut short, which was unfortunate. And then I missed a year, but you know, Pacha had signed me to be in Dundee for that missed season. Obviously, things didn't happen, but credit to Pacha, he was always on the phone with me, keeping in touch and things. So when the time did come for the season to come around again last year, you know, it was an easy decision to go to Dundee. I knew I was going to get a lot of opportunity under Pacha, and that's what I got. And again, thankfully, that opportunity kind of gave me the chance to be sitting here today.
Yeah, you mentioned Omar Pacha. How big a factor was he in your move to Nottingham?
Well, I think it's huge at the end of the day. When the season ended, I wasn't really sure what I was doing, what was happening. You kind of just take some time to see maybe what your options are, see what the best option is. You know, sometimes that's returning, sometimes that's moving on. But obviously when Pash was reaching out to me and spoke and had a conversation with Gary as well, it was an easy decision. I mean, I know Pash personally, obviously, from Dundee, which made talking to him and things kind of easier. And obviously when the offer came, I wasn't going to turn that down to come down and play in Nottingham.
Before we talk a little more about Nottingham, I want to talk about GB, because you played under 18s five times, I think, 10 times for the under 20s. Not had an opportunity in the senior team yet, but do you think coming to a club like the Nottingham Panthers puts you in that shop window?
I definitely think it helps. I think, I'll be blunt, I think when you play on a team like Nottingham, the roster, the resumes of guys that get signed usually are of top caliber. You know, guys that played NHL games, AHL games, some of the best leagues in Europe. So obviously training with these guys every day, it's going to make you better, and I think that obviously transitions into a game. And yeah, I mean, if you look at the national team, for the most part, for a lot of years, you had guys who played on, if you want to say, the big four in this league. I think now the league's more even than ever. You know, I think all 10 teams are capable of winning every night, but previously having that opportunity to play on a big team really presented itself to play for the national team. And I'm hoping obviously this year I can continue to develop and hopefully get that chance and at the end of the day live out my dream of playing for the national team.
We'll come back to Nottingham to finish. So you've been here a few weeks. You've said it's a very tight-knit group in the locker room, and it does feel like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think every guy is great. Everyone gets on well. Everyone's doing things away from the rink, at the rink. Guys aren't, quick to just get out of here. Guys like spending time, and a couple of guys do certain things on a Wednesday night. Some guys do things on a Thursday. But all in all, everyone's invited everywhere. It's a great group, and yeah, I don't think there's any cliques or anything like that, which is awesome. I think to have a championship team, everyone's got to get on, and I think even away from the rink, it's almost as important as being at the rink. Spending time with guys and bonding and gelling, and being that tight group. So when times get tough on the ice, you can look left or right, and everyone's going to be there battling with you.
And of course, you're sharing a house with Dougie Legrand. Who's the most untidy out of the two of you?
Oh, that's tough. I'm going to say I'm the tidiest. Okay, I'm going to drop. I think Jack's definitely the most untidy. Downstairs, everything is tidy. I'd say Dougie's a bit of a germaphobe, which I'm not complaining at. Keeps it nice and tidy. But Jack likes to leave a few things on his bedroom floor. But I'll leave it at that. He's his dirty laundry's not in a basket. I'll say that. But all in all, we're pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the guys I live with. It's a great group and it's a great laugh.
And to finish off, looking ahead to the rest of the season, where do you think this team can be?
At the end of the day, I think you got to reach for the stars, so to speak. I think we got to be aiming for championships. I mean, you look at the roster that was signed, there was a buzz about it, and I truly believe we have the talent in that room to compete every night and win most games and at the end of the day win a championship. And I mean, that's what I came here to do, and I'm pretty sure every other guy in that room did the same thing. They came here to win a championship along with Gary, Pasha, everybody. So I don't see why we can't be competing for silverware at the end of the year.
Craig, it's been a pleasure to have you. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you.